कहीं भी ठहरता नहीं है, जीवन कहीं भी ठहरता नहीं है। आंधी से तूफान से डरता नहीं है, तू ना चलेगा तो चल देंगी राहें, तू ना चलेगा तो चल देंगी राहें, मंजिल को तरसेगी तेरी निगाहें, तुझको चलना होगा, तुझको चलना होगा। पार हुआ वो रहा जो सफर में, पार हुआ वो रहा जो सफर में, जो भी रुका गिर गया वो भंवर में। नाव तो क्या बह जाए किनारा, नाव तो क्या बह जाए किनारा, बड़ी ही तेज समय की है धारा, इसको चलना होगा, इसको चलना होगा। नदिया चले चले रे धारा, चंदा चले चले रे तारा, इसको चलना होगा, इसको चलना होगा।
अपना पुकार मार रुलाए दिए जाए, कोई चकोरवा अपना गुहार मार जगाए दिए जाए, कोई चकोरवा। कोई बदरिया के पार से बुलाए लिए जाए, कोई बदरिया के पार से बुलाए लिए जाए, कोई नजरिया के जाम से पिलाए दिए जाए, कोई नजरिया के जाम से पिलाए दिए जाए, पिलाए दिए जाए, कोई चकोरवा, कोई चकोरवा अपने गुहार मार जगाए दिए जाए, कोई चकोरवा अपने गुहार मार जगाए दिए जाए, कोई चकोरवा। कोई ठगवा अपने प्रीतमा हंसाए लिए जाए, कोई ठगवा अपने प्रीतमा हंसाए लिए जाए, कोई मोहरे मना प्रेम रंगमा रंगाए दिए जाए, कोई मोहरे मना प्रेम रंगमा रंगाए दिए जाए, कोई मोहे ध्यान में डुबाए दिए जाए, कोई मोहे ध्यान में डुबाए दिए जाए, कोई मोहे भाव में बहाए लिए जाए, कोई मोहे भाव कारवा रुलाए दिए जाए कोई चकोरवा कोई कोयलिया कोई चकोरवा कोई कोयलिया
देव देहारत नाही देव नाही देवालय देव देहारत नाही देव नाही देवालय देव सोडून नेईल अशी कोणाची पुण्याई देव देहारत नाही देव नाही देवालय देव अंतरात नांदे देव काही देव आभाई सागरी देव आहे चराचरी देव शोधुनिया पाही देव सर्वभूता ठाई देव देवाऱ्यात नाही देव नाही देवालय देव मूर्तीत नमावे तीर्थक्षेत्रात गावे देव आपणात आहे शिर झुकवोनिया पाहे तुझ्या माझ्या जड देही देव भरुनिया राही देव देवाऱ्यात नाही देव नाही देवालय देव स्वये जगन्नाथ देव अगाध अनंत देव सगुण निर्गुण देव विश्वाचे कारण काय येई काय जाई देव आहे तैसा राही देव देवाऱ्यात नाही देव नाही देवालय देव सोडुनियाने अशी कोणाची पुण्याई देव देवाऱ्यात नाही देव नाही देवालय
ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम प्यार में पागल होकर तेरे प्यार में पागल होकर तेरे गीत गाऊं हरदम ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम 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 जगाई, दिल में अनबुझ प्यास जगाई। अद्भुत मीठी लगन लगाई, दिल में अनबुझ प्यास जगाई। जाने क्या हो पिया मिलन में, जाने क्या हो पिया मिलन में, खुशियां बरसाए तन्हाई। विरह में मिट गए सब गम, ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम, ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम, ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम। प्यार में पागल होकर तेरे, प्यार में पागल होकर तेरे, गीत गाऊं हरदम। ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम, 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 ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम। तारों में भी रोशनी तुम्हारी, फूलों में है हंसी तुम्हारी, तारों में भी रोशनी तुम्हारी। नैन खोल के यूं ही देखा, नैन खोल के यूं ही देखा, मिट गई दूरियां सारी। न तुम रहे न हम, ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम, ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम, ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम। प्यार में पागल होकर तेरे, प्यार में पागल होकर तेरे, गीत गाऊं हरदम। ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम, 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 ओशो प्यारे प्रीतम।
Welcome back, friends. Good morning, Osho Pyare Pritam. It's so beautiful to be able to live with the blessings of the Master and know that the bliss is actually what Osho says, Swabhav, meaning this is actually our nature. We make a lot of effort to be sad, to be struggling. This is huge effort, and we are very good at that. I was listening to Osho just today, and he was saying, you make a lot of effort to be sad. because there's no other way. You're really good at that. Because bliss is your nature. There is nothing else it can be. So if there is anything else, it must be your production. Oh, welcome, welcome. Is there anybody that wants to say something, share something, feels the energy is there? So let's listen first before we dive into meditation today. किसी के दिल में भी कुछ भी आ रहा है, कुछ शेयर करना है ध्यान के बारे में, कुछ कहना है, कह सकते हैं. Okay, so I will share. Let me share. So today, as usual, when we go to some kind of shopping, I'm usually not party to the shopping, as you know. I let Monica go do the shopping and come back, and I'm sitting in the car and I'm meditating. So that's my that's my meditation time, extra meditation time. But today she insisted that I have to go with her. I said, okay. So figured like I gotta figure out something for me to escape from this. So I started the walking meditation. So what I did is, okay, you can go and buy whatever you want to buy. Wherever you're going to go, I'll go with you. But I'm going to meditate. I will not talk. That's all it is. So okay, that was the agreement for us. So then start to walk. And as I walk in the mall, so we went to a mall, nearby mall. So I walk with two eyes outside, mouth shut, and one eye inside. That's how I walk. So I start watching my thoughts. I start watching my feelings. I see sometime I had a thought about the work. I had a thought about family, all that. I watch and I see reactions in the emotions. So I see somebody very pretty. I feel attracted. I see somebody very fat. Like, what is this? Somebody goes in a different direction, I feel annoyed. Monica takes me in a different direction than it should have done, I feel annoyed. So I'm watching inside, just like we watch TV, right? You watch the TV. So I'm watching and watching what is happening. So every time something happens, I watch. And when nothing is happening, I'm watching that nothing is happening. So keep my eye completely here to see what is happening. That went on for about 29 minutes I watched. And then I started to realize that it is the same state of meditation that I experience when I do any meditation, Osho meditation. I had my fingers. These fingers, I feel like there's energy dripping out of this. I don't know if you have noticed, these are very sensitive, the fingers and the toes. Osho says these are very sensitive. These are the places from where energy emanates. And that's why master touches your, with his fingers, with his hand, touches for a Shakti path. So I feel that energy is dripping out of these fingers. And then even in my legs, like they're emanating from the legs outside as well, but the current is higher here. Then I keep walking, and all of a sudden, what happens is my finger touches Monica's hand, and I feel electric shock. I feel electric shock, as if like, you know, static, what happens like in the winter when you wear warm clothes, and then, you know, your hand rubs it, and all of a sudden you touch something, gives you electric shock. That was experience. So there was electricity, there was energy. That was so intense there. So that happened, and I continue to enjoy, I continue to watch exactly the same feeling that happens in meditation. In fact, it was easier because so many people around. There was smell of food, right, in restaurant, something I like, something I don't like. I see inside what is happening inside me, all those flares of emotions that are happening, and I'm watching, and she's going, I'm just following wherever she's going. That's fine. I go in an escalator, I watch my body to struggle. I don't want to. Oh no, it wasn't escalator, it was walking upstairs somewhere, so I don't want to walk, so I feel the resistance. I watch that. So whole duration, that is what was going on, and I felt such a blissful energy, just like in meditation happens. And I felt like, wow, this is actually pretty cool, because because one side, her shopping is done, whatever she has to do, I don't have to bother about it. Second side, I'm having my walk exercise. I walked 2 miles within the mall. So we went around quite a bit of times. Okay, ये भी हो गया, मजा आ गया, ऊपर से ध्यान भी हो गया, और ध्यान भी बड़ा आसानी से हो गया, क्योंकि ऐसे ध्यान बैठो ना सिद्धों की जैसा, थोड़ा कठिन होता है, क्योंकि सिद्ध बनना बड़ा आसान नहीं है, लेकिन कोई आपको इंस्टिगेट करता रहे, अट्रैक्शन, एवर्सन, गुस्सा, एनोयंस, जो भी सारी चीजें हो रही थी, तो बड़े मजे से आराम से अंदर चलचित्र चल रहे थे, तो उसे देख देख के बड़ा मजा आ रहा था। मुझे तो बहुत मजा आया, और मैं देख रहा हूं कि जैसे ओशो कहते हैं ना कि कोई भी एनर्जी है उसको आप डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं कर सकते हैं, उसकी सिर्फ जो स्थिति है वो बदली जा सकती है, इट कैन बी ट्रांसफॉर्म, बट यू कैन नॉट डिस्ट्रॉय एनर्जी। तो जैसे भी कोई फीलिंग आती है ना, उस फीलिंग को हम एक्चुअली रोकते हैं, एंड बिकॉज हम रोकते हैं वो पूरा नहीं हो पाता है। तो इसमें क्या हो गया, मेरी एक आंखें तो अंदर है, तो जब भी वो कोई फीलिंग आई, मैंने उसे रोका नहीं, मैंने कहा चल तुझे जो करना कर ले, मैं अपना चल रहा हूँ, देखना चल रहा हूँ, तुझे जो करना कर ले। तो वो फीलिंग कंप्लीट होती गई, और जैसे जैसे फीलिंग कंप्लीट होती गई, और एक चीज मुझे समझ में आया, जैसे आप जब प्लेन में चढ़ते हैं, मैंने प्लेन नहीं कहूंगा, मैं एक्चुअली हेलीकॉप्टर कहूंगा, वो और ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा। आप हेलीकॉप्टर में बैठते हैं और हेलीकॉप्टर धीरे धीरे ऊपर उठता है, राइट? द हेलीकॉप्टर स्टार्ट्स टू टेक ऑफ slowly and it can do a vertical takeoff. That is the beauty of a helicopter compared to planes. So as I was watching these thoughts and these feelings without trying to control them and letting them control, slowly there was some energy built up, and this is the build up of energy that happens in meditation. This energy was levitating energy, like I was sharing the other day. And the more I watched, more there was energy, and my body was like flying. The more I watched, more I was flying. Just like I was mentioning, let me just mute. Just like I was mentioning in helicopter, like slowly you go up, and you can go vertically up. It is that force. That was the feeling that I had. When I continued to watch. After 30 minutes, it was just literally flying. Then one more thing happened. Then I came back to the car, and in the car, so obviously I have to drive. So I touched the wheel, right? The driving wheel. And I feel like, I feel extreme sensitivity to touch it and to hold the wheel. It was painful. And one more thing happened to me. Immediately there was an understanding that happened. Why we call Buddhas as, we call them Kamal Hast, Kamal Charan, ऐसे कहते हैं, meaning lotus feet or lotus hand, right? This is a way we say for our Buddhas. And all of a sudden, it just dawned on to me that because I was meditating all along, my palms were so sensitive. They were so sensitive. They were oozing out energy. And then they were very sensitive, very sensitive. as if it is a lotus petal. That was the feeling. That is the feeling I got. As if this is lotus petal, right? So I couldn't grab the driving wheel because it was painful. It was very soft, very, very delicate and sensitive. So that was another experience I had. And I came home and, then we went out for something else. But even then, my hands were dripping energy. And I've had this experience for many years. This is not the first time, but it happens a lot in meditation. But this time it was walking and meditation, and it happened. So I wanted to share with you that Osho is so vast. Osho is not limited to 5 meditation techniques that he has given that has got formal name, dynamic and kundalini and all that. It is not. If you're limited to that, we are almost as limited as A for A, B, C, D, A for apple. We say, like as a child, we say A for apple, B for boy. You don't do A for apple for your whole life. Then it'll be hard to read anything. So my invitation, friends, through Osho Amritam, as you know, the way these meditations get conducted is simply from the calling. There is nothing else. We have objectives here. It is a calling. And that calling, I don't know either ahead of time. If the calling happens, I just let the calling to go out, get expressed. That's all there is to it. That's all we're trying to do. And one of the main things of this calling is the meditation in marketplace. Make life as a device of meditation. Learn this thing in Buddha Hall. That is great. But if you can't apply this Buddha Hall thing in real life, chances are you didn't understand. You didn't get the essence of the meditation. Because if it is, you have drunk it, then it is in your system, that is in your blood, and it has to be assimilated inside you. So my invitation always, like always, is that enjoy the meditation in Buddha Hall, assimilate it, let it be in your bone marrow. That awareness has to be in your bone marrow. It has to be a way of living. It cannot be Sunday religion, like Osho says. That doesn't work. It has to be essence of life. And we will struggle, and we will struggle big time, because, anything you start from scratch, there is resistance by the mind. Mind doesn't want to go there. And that is actually the meditation of today. So Osho death meditation. And to me, this is the essence of all meditation, to me. Because what it does is Osho takes us through in his own voice, in Hindi. This is going to be Osho guided meditation. In his own voice, he asks us to relax our body. That is the outermost layer. He asks us to relax it. Meaning go into non-doing in the body layer. Then he asks us to go through the breath layer, the energy layer, prana sarir, right? In the energy layer, go and make it non-doing. Relax, don't do anything. And don't do anything doesn't mean stop doing something, meaning as if there's something else has to be done. No, just let it go. Just let it go. And then third, he asks us to relax the mind too. And then he says, go into tathata. Tathata means suchness, meaning you are there, the existence is there, and there is nothing in between that is separating us. There is no interaction. There is no interruption. If there's a sound happening outside, inside us, there is no resistance. If there's thought coming inside us, you're not resisting. All of that, inside and outside, is in harmony. The tathata, suchness. So this is what we will experience tonight. Our time tonight to morning, your time. तो प्यारे मित्रों, ये आज हम ध्यान करेंगे. अगर इसमें किसी को कुछ कहना है, कुछ बात आई है, तो दिल में अगर है तो कह दें, अगर नहीं है तो हम ध्यान में जाएंगे.
नमस्ते स्वामी जी.
नमस्ते जी, नमस्ते.
बस ये कहना था कि आप जब बताते हैं, आप जब शेयर करते हैं, तो ऐसा होता है कि ये सब तो हुआ है, लेकिन हमारे पास पता नहीं होता कि ये सब हो रहा है, या ये शब्द लगाने हैं या ये हो रहा है जो हो रहा है, आप जब बोलते हो तो वो मतलब वो और ज्यादा आसान हो जाता है, वो और अपना हो जाता है। और बस that's it,
ऐसा ही है। जब ओशो कहते हैं, जब मैं ओशो को सुनता हूँ, दिल से सुनता हूँ, कनेक्शन करके सुनता हूँ, कई बार ऐसा होता है मेरे साथ कि ओशो अगला शब्द और अगला सेंटेंस क्या कहेंगे मुझे पहले पता होता है। अब मैंने वो डिस्कोर्स कभी सुना नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने सुना हुआ इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ। एक एक फ्रिक्वेंसी बन जाती है, और ओशो जो भी कहें, ये मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग हिसाब से मैं कह रहा हूँ, ओशो जब कुछ कहते हैं, बुद्ध के बारे में कहते हैं, तो ओशो नहीं कहते हैं, ओशो बुद्ध को कहने देते हैं। बिकॉज दीज मास्टर्स, they have used the language of the past, right? People that were with Buddha had to use a language they will understand. Now, if you talk about language in terms of scientific explanation of relativity, जो कि Einstein ने कहा था, if you talk about relativity in the time when Buddha was there or Mahavira was there, nobody will understand. Nobody will understand. But Mahavira did speak about that. It's called Syatbat. It's a theory of relativity. Same thing Mahavira has said in a different language. So what Master has done is our Master has given a new life to every Master he has spoken, given a new life. Not because the Master was irrelevant. No, Buddha is relevant, as relevant he was then, he's relevant now. But we are different. Our minds have progressed differently. We cannot understand the same language, same example that Buddha gave to others 2,500 years ago. So we need new language. So the Master has channeled each of the masters. Listen to him talking about Mira. Listen to him talking about Buddha. When he talks about Mira, and he, like you feel Osho's talking Mira, it feels like Buddha is nothing. Mira ही Mira है. Mira जैसा कोई नहीं हुआ. Then you listen to him through mind, you're like, okay, he's probably saying Buddha isn't that great, but no, he's not saying that. That time, Mira is flowing through Master. That time, Mira, nothing else. Listen to him talking about Buddha. Then where is Mahavira? Where is Christ? Nobody is there. Only Buddha. Only Buddha. So Master is channeling all the masters to live in the present. That is what he's done. And that's why he's called Master of Masters. He can give voice to all the old masters because obviously he's seen it. He's been there. So he's giving a voice to those masters too, so that they can help us. So when I listen to Master, it feels to me, and I've shared this many times before, it feels to me that his body is there and there's a reel, in movies, you have a reel, like old days, you have reels, right? No digital, the reel, chakka jo hota hai. That comes and you get a picture. That comes, you get a new picture. So it always, I have visualized this, that when Master speaks, each word is coming and just touching his tongue and just coming out. So it is like a reel coming. And किसी ने कहा है, somebody has said that कि ओशो के मुंह में साक्षात सरस्वती बैठे हैं. And that's true. This is why I feel like it's just coming from existence. It just comes, touches his tongue, gets a voice, gets the energy, and we'll listen to the Master. So when I feel I'm connected with the Master and deep equilibrium, then I almost guess next word and sometimes next sentence. It just comes to me that I know exactly what he's going to say, and he has not said that yet. So he gives a voice to something that is already in existence. So when I listen to Master, that's what happens to me. And when I close my eyes, you've seen most of the time when I share something, right now it's different because I'm sharing my feeling directly. But if I'm sharing something about Master, then I'm closed eyes, because when I'm closed eyes, I'm actually really with open eyes. That means I'm seeing something inside. I'm not prepared to say even a single word. Nothing is prepared. But I see the word, it comes to me. I see the next word, it comes to me. Next word comes to me. Sometimes I pause because no word has come up. Then the next word comes and then it goes through. It is seeing, it is not thinking, it is seeing. So that's why you probably feel that it's an inner, this is the other experience of Master. Today I'm in a roll, so I'm gonna go. The other experience is whenever Master says something, I'm like, yeah, I know that feels so true, but it never occurred to me. But when he says something, like, yeah, that makes sense. This is true. And same is happening with you, like as if some voice has been given to something that instinctively you know it. This has been your experience too. It is nothing new. It can't be anything new, because we are all the same, right? Our mind, our heart, they operate the same way. So whatever is happening to one person, as long as it is in the search of truth, that experience cannot be a whole lot different. So you feel like a voice has been given to your own experience. Oh, had a lot of fun today. Ma Naina, how you feel? I see your reactions. Love.
मेरा सेकंड टाइम है स्वामी जी, और मुझे सच में बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। हमारे यहाँ बारिश भी हो रही है और एक मतलब बहुत ही अच्छा फील कर रही हूँ। थैंक यू।
Very welcome, very welcome. Okay, I guess we are ready. I'm seeing the expression. Anybody has an expression of saying something? Ma Jyoti has a little bit of expression, so I'm not sure.
No, Swamiji, it's so good to hear your energy. And as Ma Alasa said, it's so interesting, because even yesterday, I don't really feel, or yesterday, I didn't really feel energy or tingling, but I had got goosebumps, when they were telling us to relax the body. So I all of a sudden got full body goosebumps. And then I literally felt as though I was dropping, or I was elevating from my body was dropping away from me, almost like, mitti da ter, right? It was just like this pile of just dirt. And it was just so surreal. And I just kind of kept with it. And like what you're describing, I've done Bardo before, but I think just the energy field was such that, I felt levitating is a great word. So thank you for that word. I think I can identify. Yeah.
Yes. And that word comes from Master. So
yeah, that's a beautiful word. And when you experience it, you're like, yes, that's it.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, actually, you've triggered something. I will share what Master says. Master says the reason why I'm saying all this 16,000 hours of discourses that Osho has spoken, is to also give you a taste of what it would be when you walk there. It is an invitation for sure, first, because if you don't have an invitation, you're not going to walk in that road because you have no idea where to go. But it is also a taste given to us. And when we go through that road and we actually experience what Master says, then it is yours. Until then, Osho says, use this, what I'm saying, as a hypothesis. Don't believe in it. Whatever I've said, don't believe. But don't disbelieve either, because disbelieving meaning you're believing that you are right and that is wrong, right? That also is belief. So don't believe and don't disbelieve. Simply take my statement as a hypothesis for experiment. That's all. And when you walk in that path, in that inner journey, and when you actually experience that, what Master is saying, then it is your experience. Then you're like, aha, that's what Master was saying. Yeah, I got it. And it is easier because Master has already given a voice to it. Now it is easier to identify it. Now easier to recognize it. Because first time, anything we see, we cannot recognize. If we don't have a frame of reference, we cannot recognize anything because it's too different. This is what Osho was saying yesterday, that when you die and your mind, the mind and the soul that departs, the mind experiences a different reality. And that reality has got nothing to do with the reality of the body that we exist in. And therefore, you cannot comprehend it. It's a shock. So all the discourses of Master is an invitation, is an hypothesis, but also giving you a way to recognize what is happening to you at that time. And I always feel, and somebody else said that in sharing, is that, I lost my thought because I got distracted with something, but I'll let it go. So you listen to Master, you get that invitation, and you get the way to recognize what happens, and then you say, oh, that is what Master was saying. And Master says, when that happens to you, now it is your experience. Now nobody can make you believe or disbelieve. There is nothing else, because it is your experience. And it has become much easier because Master has given voice to that. That is why it has become much easier. Otherwise, it would have been very, very, very difficult. In the inner world, there is no milestone. There is no language per se. So if Master had not given voice, it would be very, very, very difficult. And we are lucky that we have masters to guide us. This is what came to me now that I was forgetting. It is a calling. I think Ma Ullasa, somebody was saying, whenever you go in deep meditation, this is my experience. Anywhere I get stuck in meditation, inside I'm going dropping deeper, and then I hit a resistance. And then I get the guidance of the Master right at that moment. Not before, not after, right at that moment. If I'm available, Master guides me right at that moment. Imagine this. Imagine this. You're running a marathon and your coach is running with you. And exactly the moment where you're going to fail, he helps you. Just imagine this. And this is all happening in non-physical plane. Nothing is happening in physical plane. It is to be experienced, friends. I'm sure many of you have experienced. And many of you, if you have not experienced, you will experience. Just allow the Master to work with you. And this is the language that unfortunately our Osho Pune doesn't talk. They talk about some language that has got nothing to do with this. This is the beauty of a Master. Okay. With that feeling and deep gratitude for a Master, let's dive into this meditation. Friends, it's going to take a little bit longer because we went on a roll here. I think it's about, let me just tell you how much it will take time. It's about 46 minutes from now. So we'll end up actually on time, actually before time. So with deep feeling of gratitude again, open your heart for the Master. The magic can happen only if you have much more receptive to Master. And I think it's already created now in our hearts. Let it be there. This is the catalyst. This is the magic. You can do everything, all other technique. There's no problem. Technique you can do. But the magic, how will you do? The magic happens through this. So allow your heart to be open close your eyes, have your body situated, listen to Master about death, and then we will automatically from there, we'll have the death meditation played in Osho voice. So let's listen to that.
Can you talk about facing the death of each moment and letting go? Death is already happening, whether you face it or not, whether you look at it or not. It is already there. It is just like breathing. When the child is born, for the first time he inhales, he breathes in. That is the beginning of life. And when he will become old and one day will die, he will exhale. Death always happens with exhalation and birth with inhalation. But exhalation and inhalation are happening continuously. With each inhalation you are born. With each exhalation you die. So the first thing to understand is that death is not somewhere in the future waiting for you, as it has been always pictured. It is part of the life. It is an ongoing process, not in the future, here now. Life and death are two aspects of existence, simultaneously together. Ordinarily, you have been taught to think death as against life. Death is not against life. Life is not possible without death. Death is the very ground on which life exists. Death and life are like two wings. The bird cannot fly with one wing, and being cannot be without death. So the first thing is a clear understanding what we mean by death. Death is absolutely a necessary process for life to be. It is not the enemy, it is the friend. And it is not there somewhere in the future, it is here now. It is not going to happen, it has been always happening. Since you have been here, it has been with you. With each exhalation it happens. A little death, a small death. Because of fear, we have put it in the future. Because the mind always tries to avoid things which it cannot comprehend. Death is one of the most incomprehensible mysteries. There are only three mysteries in life: life, death, and love. And all these three are beyond mind. So mind takes life for granted. Then there is no need to inquire. That is a way of avoiding. You never think, you never meditate on life. You simply have accepted it, taken for granted. It is a tremendous mystery. You are alive, but don't think that you have known life. For death, mind plays another trick. It postpones it. Because to accept it here and now will be a constant worry. So the mind puts it somewhere in the future, and there is no hurry. When it will come, we will see. And for love, mind has created substitutes which are not love. Sometimes you call your possessiveness your love. Sometimes you call your attachment your love. Sometimes you call your domination your love. These are ego games. Love has nothing to do with them. In fact, because of these games, love is not possible. Between life and death, between the two banks of life and death, flows the river of love. And that is possible only for a person who has not taken life for granted and moves deep into the quality of being alive, becomes existential, authentic. And love is for the person who accepts death here and now and does not postpone it. Then between these two, a beautiful phenomenon arises, the river of love. Life and death are like two banks. The possibility is there for the river of love to flow, but it is only a possibility. You will have to materialize it. Life and death are there. Love has to be materialized. That is the goal of being a human. Unless love materializes, you have missed. You have missed the whole point of being. Death is already happening. So don't put it in the future. If you don't put in the future, then there is no question of defending yourself. If it is already happening, and it has been already happening always, then there is no question to protect yourself against death. Death has not killed you. It has been happening and you are still alive. It is just now happening and life is not destroyed by it. In fact, because of it, life renews itself each moment. The old leaves fall. They make a space for the new leaves to come. The old flowers disappear. The new flowers appear. One door closes, another immediately opens. Each moment you die, and each moment there is resurrection. अब आंख बंद कर लें। बहुत धीमे से आंख बंद कर ले, शरीर को ढीला छोड़ दे। आंख बंद कर ले, शरीर को ढीला छोड़ दे, जैसे शरीर में कोई प्राण ही न हो, ऐसा ढीला छोड़ दे। और 3 मिनट तक मैं सुझाव दूंगा, मेरे साथ अनुभव करें। 3 मिनट तक मैं सुझाव दूंगा, सजेशन दूंगा कि शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शिथिल हो रहा है, शिथिल हो रहा है, रिलैक्स हो रहा है, रिलैक्स हो रहा है। तो भीतर आपको अनुभव करते जाना है कि शरीर शिथिल हुआ, शिथिल हुआ, शिथिल हुआ, शिथिल हो रहा है। अनुभव ही नहीं करना, अनुभव के साथ शरीर को शिथिल छोड़ते चले जाना है। एक 3 मिनट में शरीर बिल्कुल मिट्टी की तरह हो जाएगा, बिखर जाएगा, गिर जाएगा, झुक जाएगा। तो आपको कोई बाधा नहीं देनी, जो हो जाए। अब मैं शुरू करता हूं, अनुभव करें। शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है। छोड़ें, छोड़ते जाएं और अनुभव करते जाएं, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है। छोड़ते भी जाएं सांस सांस और अनुभव करते जाएं, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है। बिल्कुल छोड़ दें, आप नहीं है मालिक, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है। छोड़ दें, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल। अनुभव करें, शरीर का रग रग रेसा रेसा शिथिल होता जा रहा है, शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है, शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है। बिल्कुल छोड़ दें, जैसे शरीर है ही नहीं, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है। शरीर का कण कण शिथिल होता जा रहा है, रग रग शिथिल होती जा रही है। छोड़ दें, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, 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 शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है, शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो 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 रहा है। छोड़ दें, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल। अनुभव करें, शरीर का रग रग रेसा रेसा शिथिल होता जा रहा है, शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है, शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है। बिल्कुल छोड़ दें, जैसे शरीर है ही नहीं, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है। शरीर का कण कण शिथिल होता जा रहा है, रग रग शिथिल होती जा रही है। छोड़ दें, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, 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 शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है, शरीर शिथिल होता जा रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है। छोड़ दें बिल्कुल, और दूसरे पर ध्यान न दें, अपने को ढीला छोड़ दें, बिल्कुल छोड़ दें। दूसरे पर ध्यान न दें, दूसरा कोई नहीं, आप अकेले ही हैं। शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर बिल्कुल शिथिल हो गया है, जैसे हो ही नहीं। अपनी सारी पकड़ छोड़ दें, आप पकड़े हुए न रह जाएं। फिर शरीर का जो हो, गिरता हो गिरे, न गिरता हो न गिरे, आगे झुके पीछे झुके, जो हो, आप पकड़े हुए न रह जाएं, इतना ध्यान रखें। आप शरीर को नहीं पकड़े हैं, आपने छोड़ दिया। अब जो भी होगा होगा, आप रोके नहीं, जो भी हो। शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है, शरीर शिथिल हो रहा है। छोड़ दें, जैसे नदी में छोड़ दिया था ऐसे ही छोड़ दें और बह जाएं। जैसे नदी में छोड़ दिया था और बह गए थे, ऐसे ही बह जाएं। छोड़ दें, छोड़ दें, छोड़ दें। जीवन की सरिता ले जाए जहां ले जाए, छोड़ दें, बिल्कुल छोड़ दें। शरीर शिथिल हो गया है, गिरता हो गिर जाए, जरा भी रोके नहीं। छोड़ दें, नदी ले जाएगी, बह जाएंगे। छोड़ दें, जीवन की सरिता में छोड़ दें, सूखे पत्ते की भांति, और बह जाएं, बहें। शरीर शिथिल हो गया है, शरीर
शरीर शिथिल हो गया है, शरीर शिथिल हो गया है, जैसे है ही नहीं, शरीर जैसे है ही नहीं, छोड़ दे। श्वास शांत हो रही है, अनुभव करें श्वास शांत होती जा रही है, श्वास शांत होती जा रही है, श्वास शांत होती जा रही है। रोकनी नहीं है, अपनी तरफ से ढीला छोड़ दे। श्वास शांत हो रही है, श्वास शांत हो रही है, श्वास शांत होती जा रही है, श्वास बिल्कुल शांत होती जा रही है, श्वास शांत हो रही है। छोड़ दें, श्वास को भी छोड़ दें, श्वास शांत होती जा रही है, श्वास शांत हो 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 रही है। जैसे जैसे श्वास शांत होती चली जाएगी वैसे वैसे लगेगा कि हम तो मिट गए, मिटे मिटे मिटे, क्योंकि हमारा होना श्वास से जुड़ा है। श्वास शांत होती जा रही है, शांत होती जा रही है, शांत होती जा रही है। श्वास बिल्कुल शांत होती चली जा रही है। ऐसा लगेगा कि गई गई गई, श्वास बिल्कुल शांत हो गई है, श्वास शांत हो गई, 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 श्वास शांत, श्वास शांत हो गई। अनुभव करें जैसा चिता पे चढ़ गए थे और जल गए थे और राख रह गई थी, सब मिट गया था। ऐसे ही श्वास विलीन होती जा रही है, विलीन होती जा रही है। धीरे धीरे सब विदा हो जाएगा, कुछ भी न रह जाएगा, पीछे राख भी न छूट जाएगी। अनुभव करें जैसे चिता पे चढ़ गए थे, ऐसे ही श्वास खोती जा रही है, खोती जा रही है, मरते जा रहे हैं, मरते जा रहे हैं। धीरे धीरे सब मर जाएगा, पीछे कुछ भी शेष नहीं रह जाएगा। छोड़ दे, श्वास को भी छोड़ दे। और अब तीसरी बात अनुभव करें। पक्षियों की आवाज है, सूरज की किरणें हैं, सड़कों पर गति है, शोरगुल है, सागर की लहरें हैं, सब सुनाई पड़ रहा है। साक्षी होकर चुपचाप सुनते रह जाएं, सुनते रह जाएं, सुनते रह जाएं। ऐसा है, ऐसा है, ऐसा है, चीजें ऐसी हैं। सिर्फ सुनते रहें, सुनते रहें, सुनते रहें, ऐसा है। जानते रहें, जानते रहें, ऐसा है। और कुछ भी ना करें, बस जान रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं, जान रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं। कुछ भी करना नहीं है, जो है उसके साथ चुपचाप एक होकर जानते हुए रह जाना है। अब 10 मिनट के लिए मैं चुप हो जाता हूँ। शरीर शिथिल हो गया, श्वास शांत हो गई और आप तथाता में साक्षी भाव में बैठे रह गए। धीरे 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 भीतर कुछ बदलता जाएगा, शांत हो जाएगा, शांत हो जाएगा। फिर भीतर कुछ शून्य हो जाएगा, भीतर कुछ मौन हो जाएगा। आप नहीं रह जाएंगे, कोई और उस शून्य में आ जाएगा। अब मैं चुप हो जाता हूँ, आप सुनते रहें, साक्षी भाव से देखते रहें, जानते रहें जो भी हो रहा है। कोई विरोध नहीं, ऐसा है। देखें, भीतर देखें, बाहर सुने और चुपचाप साक्षी बने रह जाएं। 10 मिनट के लिए सिर्फ साक्षी बने रह जाएं। मन शांत और शून्य हो गया है, सब मिट गया है। मन बिल्कुल शून्य हो गया, मन शून्य हो गया। देखते रहें, जानते रहें, मन शून्य हो गया, मन बिल्कुल शून्य, मन बिल्कुल शून्य हो गया। साक्षी बने रहें, देखते रहें, जानते रहें, अनुभव करते रहें। नदी बहा के ले गई है, चिता ने जला दिया है, अब चुपचाप जान रहे हैं। इसी शून्य में किसी क्षण उसका प्रवेश हो जाता है जिसका नाम आनंद है, उसका प्रवेश हो जाता है जिसका नाम सत्य है, उसका प्रवेश हो जाता है जिसका नाम परमात्मा है। सब शून्य हो गया है, शून्य हो गया। द्वार खुले हैं प्रतीक्षा में, सब शून्य हो गया। अब धीरे धीरे 2-4 गहरी श्वास लें। धीरे धीरे गहरी श्वास लें। प्रत्येक श्वास के साथ बहुत ताजगी, बहुत शांति, बहुत आनंद मालूम पड़ेगा। धीरे धीरे 2-4 गहरी श्वास लें। धीरे धीरे 2-4 गहरी श्वास लें। प्रत्येक श्वास के साथ बहुत ताजगी, बहुत शांति, बहुत आनंद मालूम पड़ेगा। धीरे धीरे गहरी श्वास लें। दो चार गहरी श्वास लें। फिर धीरे धीरे आंख खोलें। आंख न खोले तो जल्दी ना करें, गहरी श्वास लें, फिर धीरे से आंख खोलें। हो सकता है किसी को आंख खोलने में तकलीफ हो तो हाथ आंखों से लगा लें, फिर धीरे धीरे आंख खोलें। धीरे धीरे आंख खोलें। जो लोग गिर गए हैं वो पहले गहरी श्वास लें, फिर धीरे धीरे उठें, फिर आंख खोलें।